Hello, and welcome to the Grow and Give series, a modern victory garden project hosted by the Colorado Master Gardeners and Colorado State University Extension. As we start to store the skis and snow shovels, our attention turns to getting out the spades and pitchforks. Spring is here, and while many of us are challenged with unpredictable spring weather, frozen ground, and cool clay soils, it's almost time to plant our cold season crops. It's time to get our hands dirty. But before you just jump out there and start planting seeds, think about how are you going to get those seeds to germinate as quickly as possible. My name is Darrin Parmenter, and I'm a horticulturist in Plata County in the southwest corner of Colorado, and I'm here today to talk to you about soil temperatures. When it comes to planting seeds, you need to know that each vegetable has a different germination response to temperatures. Many of our cold season crops, like lettuce, spinach, peas, and beets, are able to germinate when soil temperatures are only in the 40s. Other crops, especially our warm season crops that we direct seed, like corn, beans, and squash, need soil temperatures to be in the upper or mid 60s to germinate. In general, the lower the soil temperature, the longer it takes the seed to break dormancy and start the germination process. But before you start taking soil temperatures, think about how you can raise the soil temperature. Know that a soil will put almost all of its energy into drying itself before it warms itself. For those of you with a clay soil, or those of you that live in a mountain community, you know what I'm talking about. Our spring season can be challenging. Cold nights coupled with sporadic snow or rain create a recipe for those cold and moist soils, not the best for planting seeds. But there are ways to get the soils to dry out so they can focus their energy on warming up. Make sure your garden is in a sunny location. Most crops need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight, so use that as your guide in where you plant or where you plan on putting your garden. Grow in raised beds. They're easier to maintain and they promote drainage, which is incredibly important because remember, if it dries faster, then it will warm up faster. With raised beds, no deep tillage is needed. You can use a spade, a pitchfork, or a digging fork. And if they're elevated high enough, they can be ideal for people in wheelchairs or those when bending over is a challenge. You can also cover the ground with black plastic. Black plastic warms the soil but won't cook it like a clear plastic would. It also suppresses weeds and can help retain soil moisture throughout the growing season. We here with the Master Gardener program constantly promote adding organic matter. As organic matter breaks down, they release gums and resins, which cause particles to aggregate into PEDs. The pore space between these PEDs allows for faster drainage of water. Now it's about time to plant. But before you head out with your seeds, take the time to observe your soil temperatures. Check the soil temperature at 8 a.m. by inserting the thermometer probe into the ground at a depth of 2 inches, and do this for 7 consecutive days. The average gives you a good indication of when to sow and plant. But I can't stress this enough. Use a soil temperature germination guide like this one to dictate when you plant. Nothing can be more frustrating than taking the time to plant seeds and then see nothing come up. Follow the directions on the seed packet, but don't plant until the soil temperature has at least reached the minimum temperature for germination. These guides were provided and produced by UC Davis. And while this is just a snapshot that you are seeing, they provide both the range for seed germination as well as the optimal temperatures. A good example are carrots, which are notorious for being a challenge to germinate. They're a small seed that when we plant relatively shallow, at roughly 1/4 of an inch. Now carrots can germinate when temperatures are as low as 40 degrees, but it may take more than a month to do so. So wait until temperatures get into the 50s, and you should start to see the crop germinate in about 2 weeks. For our warm season crops, let's use cucumbers as an example. They can germinate when soil temperatures are as low as 60 degrees, but it may take 2 weeks. That's a long time for a big seed to sit in the soil. The longer the time sitting there, the greater the chances for seed rot or for ground-dwelling insects to use that seed as a food source. So just like carrots, wait. Just 10 degrees warmer, you can decrease the time into germination by a week. Wait until temperatures are in the upper 70s, and you may see germination in as little as 4 days. I hope this helps. For a list of all vegetables that were examined by UC Davis, search for soil temperature conditions for vegetable seed germination, and of course visit the Modern Victory Garden Project. We want to help you grow good food, fresh food, food from your own backyard.